Okay, so firstly, let me apologize for the delay and also for the change in the subject of my presentation. The presentation is in two parts. One, looking at aspects of cultural history, its manifestation and what we are trying to examine it for. And the second is the part I will begin with, which is broadly a cartography of the earlier work that we've done in the city of Mumbai and where we are based. So let me start with, okay, so like I was saying, we work in the city of Mumbai. Mumbai, like many other cities in the developing world, is in constant flux, and as natures of economies change, so do their linked human and production-related resources. So this first group of projects is really about the search for latent human skill and mechanical resources, and our efforts to leverage the same for the production of built form. The projects that I'm going to show in the first bit are essentially projects that we've done in Mumbai, trying to use local materials, local. I wouldn't call it craft, because it isn't craft in the traditional sense of the word. It's really craft in the sense that Richard Sennett talks about craft in his book. It's about looking at the craft of today, the tools that are available to you today. And to look at craftsmen as people who use those tools or who have a certain set of skills which are not necessarily traditionally looked at as craft. So in this pavilion that we did in out of cardboard, we were looking at ways that we can leverage industrial processes of making cardboard boxes for computers, and how we can take that, use that know-how to construct a pavilion which is temporary. And the reason why we do that is because it's a pavilion. It can be recycled after the project's been done. So what you see is an understanding of how the construction process takes place. We figure out how cardboard boxes are cheap to make. So it's essentially making dies and die cutting, which is what happens here. And how we can optimize the form for it to perform structurally. So that's just images of the pavilion. The next year we actually did a pavilion again that looked at the issue of waste and sustainability, where we worked with, again, what is a very mundane urban skill, which is laying carpet on the floor. So we worked with guys who do wall-to-wall carpeting, worked with their ability to use to sew carpet and create these modules that then through their weight create a catenary depiction of a structure that is what you see here. Yeah, so this is the module. You can see how it kind of fills in. Each of these pieces is kind of stitched to the next one, and they're all kind of performing based on the weight of the module. Another project where we again were kind of interfacing with technologies that are available to this rapidly changing economy, social economy of the city, is this showroom that we did for a store called Creotes at Kemp's Corner, where we were trying to create this kind of space with a building within a building, trying to kind of look at the notion of shopping as a very intimate experience, and that proliferating through the space to create a shopping experience that is not just shelving along a wall. The logic of the organization is based on program and the formal language. The formal language is that indicator? Yeah. The formal language actually is an offset of the ground level retail and the upper floor retail. And what you actually get is this, the plan is a subset of that kind of organization on the mezzanine as well. And this is the construction process. So what we're trying to do is trying to find people who, or find the new craftsmen of today, people who have a certain amount of skill that's not necessarily, carving, that's not necessarily embroidery, but to kind of learn, people who have skills that are different from that comprises the craft of today. So here we worked with guys who are basically people who work on ships to create this formal structure for the project. We worked with guys who make toys, plastic rubberized toys, to create a skin for that structure as well, and that is then kind of buffed, and the entire space kind of sits. So that is our installation within the envelope of that space.